In this video, we'll walk through how to use the Interactive Citation Workbook and Interactive Citation Workstation to learn legal citation. First, we'll talk about what the ICW is, where do you find the ICW, how the ICW works, and then what happens after you finish. So what is the ICW? The ICW is a research-backed approach to learning legal citation. So rather than traditional rote memorization, the ICW employs cutting-edge educational psychology principles to build lasting citation skills through strategic practice and immediate feedback. The purposes of the ICW are to provide meaningful citation instruction, and you get that through the workbook, which you read a chapter in the workbook before you complete the exercise. It gives you an immediate feedback system, and so you get instant targeted feedback on your citation practice to reinforce the correct concepts and techniques, and then identify areas that need improvement. And then it also optimizes class time by allowing you to learn citation in a self-directed way outside of class so that you can have more substantive discussions about analysis and communication in class. So ICW is a skills mastery tool for legal citation form. It takes advantage of the following concepts to teach and reinforce citation skills. So first of all, there's low stakes formative assessment. The results aren't scored for grades unless your professor chooses to use them for a grade. That allows you to learn from your mistakes without a penalty. And there are multiple exercises that are scaffolded to build from simple to complex skills. Research shows that this immediate feedback creates stronger neural pathways than the delayed correction you would get if you completed the exercise and then got scoring later from a teaching assistant or professor. It also uses storage and retrieval practice. Each exercise builds on the previous ones, and so when you complete the new exercises, you simultaneously practice earlier skills, which strengthen your memory consolidation and create some robust knowledge networks. It also takes advantage of spaced repetition. There's a strategic timing relationship between the time that you're working on the exercises and the other skills that you're learning in class, so that citation is not just a single unit taught all at once. This is interspersed with other things that you're learning, allowing you to take advantage of spaced repetition and interleaving for both the citation skills that you're learning outside of class, as well as the other skills that you are learning in class. So where do you find the ICW? The ICW is integrated into the Lexis Plus platform. And so as long as you have an account in Lexis Plus, you can access the ICW. So you go to plus.lexis.com and you click on the icon or the little box of dots at the top left corner of the screen. And one of those options will be Interactive Citation Workstation. You click on that and that'll take you to it. Once you're signed up and enrolled in your professor's class, and your professor can give you specific instructions on how to do that, or you can go to the ICW website and it will walk you through that. Then you will automatically send your results to your professor or your professor's TAs, and they'll be able to work with you if you need additional instruction. Once you're in the ICW, you'll see an exercise list overview. You'll only see the list that your professor has assigned for your class, and so you'll know exactly what it is that you need to do for your professor's class. How does the ICW work? Well, there's a two-step process. One is you read the chapter and read the Blue Book rules that are referenced in the chapter first, and then you do the exercise at the end of the chapter that's also on the workstation. When you input your answers to the workstation, it will give you immediate feedback on which section of the citation you need some help with, and it will give you some hints to help you correct any incorrect portion of the citation. Those hints also occur in the workbook, or they're also printed in the workbook. So after each problem, there's a list of the hints that apply to that problem that you can check as you're drafting your answer. So first you'll read that workbook chapter. And next you'll go through and complete the exercise. So you can go through and select any exercise from the dashboard and work through the problems at your own pace. The flexible interface allows you to tackle problems in any order. You don't have to complete them all in order at one sitting. You can do them however you like. If you get frustrated with one, you can leave it and come back to it later. The interface presents the problems with some clear formatting requirements, allowing you to focus on applying those proper citation rules. When you are done with your answer, you're always going to click Submit Answer to preserve that particular answer, so you can come back to it if you want to, or so you can complete the exercise when you're done with it. You want to use the hints strategically, and so once you have entered a citation solution, it will give you feedback on whether the answer was correct or not, and if it's not correct, the portion of the citation that's not correct will be highlighted in red, and you will see only the hints for that portion of the citation. And so those hints serve as a checklist for you to make sure that you've done everything that you needed to do to get that correct. Once you're done, you can click Complete Exercise, and that will officially submit your results. You will not have your results submitted to your teaching assistant or professor until you have clicked Complete Exercise. So it's very important to remember to do that. Now, before you finish the exercise, you'll have multiple chances to complete each citation, and then the completion certificate that is generated will tell your instructor or your teaching assistant what each of your attempts was, so that they can help you if you are running into consistent issues, or if you just have a question about why one of the answers you submitted was not correct. After you finish, the completed exercise will generate a completion certificate, which records all of your attempts and the final answer. That will go directly to your professor or your professor's teaching assistants. And then generally, they will review those and reach out to you if they see an issue. But each professor handles that differently. And so you want to check with your professor to find out how they like to handle that. So now you have all of the tools you need to succeed with the interactive citation workbook and the online exercises. And so you are poised now to learn all of the citation skills that you're going to need throughout your legal career, just by investing a little bit of time here in your first year of law school. So go get them. Good luck.